What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we are going to be jumping into Ghost Rider issue number 9. What we have seen so far is Johnny Blaze finally being exorcised of his demonic tumor. But that tumor, it now lives on as something new and sentient. A dark mirror of both him and his bike. This creature goes by the name of Exhaust. We know him to be working for Blackheart, being the secret weapon to his arsenal. They plan to take down the Ghost Rider once and for all. Meanwhile, Johnny and Talia Warroad, the two of them are making their way to Chicago. They go to look for the dark forces that have been at play. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel. Make sure that you like this video. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 9, we are picking up in Chicago. Talia has just done something completely psychotic. Using her darkness, she is able to pull out the Ghost Rider. Having the transformation, Ghost Rider has Talia in his clutches. She did this intentionally because the bond between Johnny and Ghost Rider, it has been so severely severed for a while. Johnny unable to summon the Ghost Rider anytime he wants. The two of them have been really disconnected. Now, Talia's not one to be free of sin. And while the Ghost Rider would love to devour her right here and now, she lets it be known that if they can work together, Talia will lead them somewhere where there is enough sin for him to feast as much as he wants. And so with that, the Ghost Rider goes away. That is when Johnny wakes up, letting Talia know that she's got stones. The Ghost Rider could have very easily taken her out. And while Talia fully understands this, at least for the time being, they have cut a deal. That is where we have Exhaust making his way through the highway, putting off this horrible exhaust, infecting others, taking things over, just making absolute chaos. But with Johnny and Talia making their way down the road, discussing everything that has been going on, she talks about how there are power conduits all over the country. Very dark conduits that give access to power. You could consider these to be nexus points. From Hell's Backbone to here in Chicago. They're not really sure what all of this means or what it is leading to, but they know the darkness, the sin, the evil that follows through it. While they have this discussion, this is where Johnny senses something. The spirit can sense evil, pointing like a compass directly towards it. That is what leads them to a church. As they go inside, what they find is sacrifice, because the Rider has been taking him across the map. Every single place, the one thing that they had in common was sacrifice. As they look at all the strewn bodies, bloody, lying dead, that is when a crow flies overhead. This is how Talia knows that Zeb is still alive, that they're not out here fighting this war alone. Now Zeb, he is currently at Hell's Backbone. Not knowing how much longer he may be alive, they are making their attack against Blackheart. Zeb is hoping that if they are able to hit them at the equivalent of their ports, if they are able to hit them at their power plants, they may be able to bring this whole network down. While they make their attack, we pick back up with Johnny and Talia. This is where Talia gives us a little idea of what she's got going on in her head, saying since the Ghost Rider had been taken off the road, there has been a nationwide rise in the supernatural. All of it has been clustered at 5 individual points: New York, DC, Savannah, Hell's Backbone, and Chicago. The one that matters right now, where they are, is Chicago. Once upon a time, this was the livestock capital of the country. All the roads, all the train tracks, they led back here, saying that the stain of slaughter is still here. Making their way down into the tunnels, this is where they run into a cloaked man. This man having no teeth, saying that you have to pay. That if you want passage, you have to pay. Saying that he almost had enough. A bloody mouth having no teeth. he lunges out, he attacks them. But we see the old man, he falls. And before Johnny or Talia can save him, what we have is a subway car coming through, taking out the man. But what is more shocking is what is inside the train. All of these people, appearing to be innocent, they are being brought to the slaughter. And Ghost Rider, he wastes no time making his appearance. Talia letting Ghost Rider know that this is exactly what I was telling you about. Go save your innocence. Go feast on the sin. With Ghost Rider hooking onto the train, he makes his way through the subway. Talia obviously not being able to keep up. She goes running down the tracks, finding herself at a split, not knowing in which direction the rider and Johnny went to. But that is the least of her problems, because then she has the arrival of exhaust. While she has her confrontation, we are taken over to the rider who has taken over this train as his ride. Coming into the station, everybody goes running. The innocents try to hide. The demons, they try to fight back. But the rider, he doesn't hold back. Pulling out a flaming chainsaw, he starts cutting away at all the evil. With the Ghost Rider dealing with this scum, we see that Talia Warroad, she has been taken by exhaust in his grasp. We also see that Talia, she is taking in all the exhaust from exhaust. This can go one of two ways. She can take this exhaust and eat it because of who she is, or we could see that the exhaust completely takes her over and she has become a minion for the enemy. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think. With only one more issue left in this story arc, we're gonna be seeing it come to a close. The confrontation between Exhaust and Ghost Rider. More than likely, we're not gonna see a lot of Blackheart. Possibly more later on down the story in the next story arc. I enjoy the Ghost Rider line visually. The artwork is absolutely fantastic. Ghost Rider is always just a fun character to see drawn out in full color. It just looks absolutely phenomenal. But when it comes to the story, it really is lacking. You know, all of this is a good idea in theory, but each comic, it is so freaking short. There is so little depth, there is so little dialogue, really pushing everything forward. There's just no real connection. Besides Ghost Rider and Talia, there's not a whole lot going on here. We have quick conversations, we see quick little jump overs to some kind of event, some flames, some chains, but then that's the end of the comic. But that is my only real complaint, is that these aren't longer. There's not more depth to our character, there's not more character building, so on and so forth. But I am excited to see what they are going to do with Johnny, where he is going, where all of this is eventually going to lead him to. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on everything going on with Ghost Rider, be sure to check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by joining the channel membership. Much like Patreon, having 5 different tiers, from $1 to $50, from loyalty badges to getting free comics every single month. Not only does this help out the channel tremendously, but you are getting tons of perks in the process. Now, if you are unable to do this, do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, like this video, hit that notification bell, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.